Well, the Dallas Mavericks had a crisis on their hands. Their front office culture was a toxic workplace. An investigation revealed a pattern of sexual misconduct that spanned more than 2 decades. The team needed someone to clean up that mess, so they called Cynt Marshall.
Cynt Marshall is the CEO of the NBA's Dallas Mavericks. She was also once the Senior Vice President of Human Resources and Chief Diversity Officer at AT&T. While she's had her fair share of success, she's also had to overcome tremendous hardship. She's endured racism, a battle with cancer, and even abuse at the hands of her father, who once broke her nose. In her book, You've Been Chosen, Cynt shares her journey and how having faith in God along with the right perspective can help you thrive through the unexpected.
Cynt Marshall joins us now via Skype. And Cynt, you are remarkable. We welcome you to the 700 Club.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be here with you this morning.
Cynt, you did an interview with NPR, and when you were asked what you wanted your colleagues to know most about you, you said you wanted them to know you grew up in a public housing project. Tell me how that experience shaped your life.
I think the way it shaped me is, watching my mother, deal with some of the issues that she dealt with. She always was positive. She always taught us to have faith in God. She put a math book in one hand and a Bible in the other, and told us to keep our head in these books, and the Lord would truly bless us to have a better life and to get out of what I know now to be, being poor. And so my mother gave us a foundation of faith, and that has helped me to endure every obstacle that has come after that. And it's helped me to stay very, very positive. So I'm not hung up on, material things because I learned at an early age what really matters, what's important and what's not important.
Your mom was a tremendous force in your life. I mean, earlier we mentioned the abuse. Your dad was just an abusive guy in the house. And your mom, getting your mom out of the projects was one of the incentives that just kept pushing you forward no matter what in your life. You excelled at school, and then in your professional life, you also excelled in your career. Was that the driving factor through all of this, and what else motivated you?
Well, I definitely wanted to make my mom proud. She had very big dreams. And, I just wanted to help her. My mom, she worked 2 and 3 jobs, very strong, smart woman, and, could get herself out of the projects. But I just wanted to be a part of, what the Lord was doing in her life, and wanted to make her proud, and wanted to make the teachers and community people who invested in me proud as well. I was taught to have big dreams. The 4 words that I was given to live by is dream, focus, pray, and act. And I think having that foundation just, drove me to want to continue to do the right thing and to really have a life that was pleasing in front of Christ. Never was aggressive about promotions or climbing the corporate ladder. The Lord just always put great opportunities in front of me so that I could glorify Him.
Tell me about the promotion you were offered at AT&T. You turned it down. What were you confronted with?
Yes, and I had a great 36-year experience at AT&T. I love the company, love the people there, the leaders there. But this one time in particular, when I was getting offered an officer promotion, so the highest level you can go, one of the boss, he asked me to change my hairdo, change my name. I couldn't be Cynt. I had to be Cindy or Cynthia because nobody knew a Cynt. She wanted me to change my hairstyle and all that. But where it crossed over, because I love good coaching. But it crossed over when she said she didn't want me to use words like blessed, that I had to use words like lucky. And that's where it crossed over, because when I know I'm blessed, I don't believe I'm lucky. And so when you start to fundamentally change who I am and tell me I can't be positive and I can't be churchy, then that's a problem. And so I did turn it down. And fortunately, I got a call just a few minutes later, and everything was turned around. The big boss said he wanted me to be Cynt. He knew I was a Christian. All that he thought was great. So it worked out very well. And this woman, she was well-intended. She was giving me her vision of what she thought an officer should look like and be like. But he let me know that he accepted me as just the person that the Lord made me to be.
Yeah, I think one of the remarkable things about your story and your book is that all of these things that happened to you, that's not the only one, you never took on a victim mentality. And that really worked for you down the road, because at one point you had a 25% chance of surviving cancer. Your life experiences impacted how you battled that. Talk about that.
I think so. When we were writing the book, I wanted to just talk about my cancer journey and to publish my cancer journal that I had kept during my 12 rounds of chemo. And in working with my publisher and the agent, they said, no, the Lord has chosen you for so many things, even before you got cancer, which is how you were able to really have the attitude to get through it. And they were right. And I truly believe that the Lord chooses us. He doesn't put any more on us than we can bear, and that he had adversity show up in my life. I had 4 second trimester miscarriages, and then a daughter who died at 6 months old, a husband who had brain damage, who they said would never walk or talk again. I mean, I could just tell you so many different stories. My daughter who passed away at 6 months old. But all of that, really, I was chosen for all of it. And it prepared me for the battle of my life. And that was stage 3 colon cancer. But I had the right attitude. My mom told me, when I told her I had cancer, she said, this is for his glory, that you will tell the story one day about how God brought you through this. And she was right. It is for his glory. And now I'm telling the story through my book, You've Been Chosen.
Yeah, I was telling a friend last night how you did not use the full term cancer. You took I can off the front end of it and just said.
That's exactly right. I focused on the can in cancer because I just knew that it was part of God's plan and that he would get me through it. And the whole book, really, You've Been Chosen, is about how God and great people have always shown up in my life. He has never left me down. He's always brought me back up.
Well, it's a remarkable book. It's called You've Been Chosen, and I really encourage you to get a hold of it and read it. It'll make your day. Cynt, thank you so much.